Okay, hello. This is going to be a tarot reading for Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly. As always, if you hear anything in the background, that's just my dog messing about, so please ignore that. Okay, so the card that came up to signify Megan Fox in this reading is the Wheel of Fortune. Basically, she feels like this relationship is like destiny. It's great. In her eyes, it's great. It's everything she's ever wanted. Just, it's perfect to her. Now, I don't know necessarily if that is true. I'll pull some more cards, but at least in her eyes, like her energy in this relationship is very, this is destined. This is like soulmates, at least to her. And Machine Gun Kelly's significator is the Seven of Cups. Now, this is I feel very different from Megan Fox's. What this card tells me is kind of that he isn't being very realistic in this relationship. I actually feel like he's at least partially aware of this as well. I don't feel like he's completely clueless, that he's being a bit fantastical, imaginative, dreamy, unrealistic in this relationship. With this card as well, it also makes me think that a lot of what we see as the public is orchestrated by them, by their public relations team. Like, I don't feel like what we see of them as a couple is necessarily the truth of their relationship. Yeah, I don't feel like it's entirely, like, I don't want to say it's not a complete PR stunt, but I'm just saying there's like PR moments in their relationship. There's, you know, stuff they've done for the cameras. There's just stuff they do to get more attention, and it's not true. It's not accurate to their relationship. Okay, so I'm going to pull some more cards actually on Megan Fox's energy. Okay, this is interesting. It's not that they have an open relationship. I'm not really seeing that so much. But there's a sense of, if there's other people, it feels like Megan Fox doesn't care as much as long as she's told about it. Allegedly. It makes me think as well, I don't know if she's spoken about this publicly, but it makes me feel like she's dealt with cheating in past relationships actually. And the thing that hurt more or as much as cheating was the being lied to. She hates being lied to. And that really hurt a lot. And it's almost like, not that she comes to expect it from men that she's in a relationship with. But it's just not really a surprise when it happens. It's not really a surprise to her. It just makes me feel like Megan Fox is very big on honesty. Like, she hates being lied to. She's very into communication in her relationships, and I actually feel like if there's bad communication, if there's lies, that makes her want to leave. She doesn't want to be in relationships like that. It's weird though, because even if there's something bad going on, or like there is cheating or something like that, it's more like the dishonesty is the thing that pushes her to leave. It's weird. I don't really get that, but it's like, if you're going, the way it feels, it's like, if you're going to do things behind my back, if you're going to try to, you know, hide things from me, then I'm gone. That's the way she feels. But if you do things and then you tell her about them and you're just honest, yeah, she'll still be upset, she'll still be affected by these things, but she's more into someone just being honest and just telling her if they do something bad, if they do something wrong, if they just tell her what's happened. I don't think she is, not to say that she's not affected by it, because she does, it's showing here that she does get upset about things, but it's just like, she just feels like she can kind of trust more if someone is open to just telling her these things. I do think there's been cheating in past relationships for her. It might even be the reason why certain relationships have broken up as well. I don't know her dating history, so I don't know like what's gone on, who she's dated. I know she was married to Brian Austin Green, but I don't know who before that. But yeah, there's definitely some sort of cheating in the past. She's just really working on this relationship hard. She wants it to be perfect. She wants to have a happy home. She wants her kids, his kids, them together, married. It's very domestic. Her idea for this relationship is very domestic. But that's what she's working toward. That's what she's working on. She's putting a lot of effort and a lot of time into this relationship. Okay, so let me pull for Machine Gun Kelly. So from Machine Gun Kelly's cards, I do see that he wants, like I said in Megan Fox's cards, he also wants that sort of family unit. I do see a little bit of possessiveness from him, allegedly. A little bit of possessiveness. And it's almost like he's like possessive of the idea of the family unit and the happy married couple that he has in his head. You know, kind of how I said earlier, how he's a bit dreamy maybe about this relationship, maybe a bit unrealistic at times. I do feel like he's a bit kind of, he has that like idea, that dream in his head of what he wants this relationship to be. And I don't get the feeling that he'd appreciate anyone trying to get in the way or anyone trying to mess that up, or ruin that relationship. I do see, it's funny, I don't know if he has like water energy in his birth chart. or something like that. I don't know why that came up, but I do feel that he's actually relatively patient in this relationship. I don't know what they've said publicly about having kids, but I'm seeing, at least from him, a little bit of back and forth about that in his mind. I don't know if he's actually spoken to anyone about that or if it's just like something he's kept to himself, because I do see a little bit of back and forth about the idea of having more children. And it's weird. It's actually, I don't know why this keeps coming into my head. I know he has like a kid, I think at least one, from a previous relationship. But has he ever like publicly talked about having like women trying to get pregnant by him and trap him? I'm hearing in my head that I feel there's like women who've tried to baby trap him before. And I think he has like, it's just like a concern. Not that he's like concerned about Megan Fox like getting pregnant and then he'll have to stay with her or anything like that. I don't get that feeling, at least about her, but it's kind of like because of something he's gone through in the past. There's almost like this like trapped feeling sometimes when he thinks about having more kids. It's like it's like a connection because he's had to deal with, I feel like, women who've tried to get pregnant. I feel like he's potentially had to deal with that. It's almost like this just like subconscious connection in his brain, like from pregnancy to like feeling trapped, feeling a bit unable to do what he wants as well. I don't know about his past relationships either, but I don't feel like this unrealistic side of him is anything new. I feel like he's actually done this before in his past relationships. I think he moves quickly. He gets swept up by his own ideas and his own feelings when he feels for someone. And it's just like, it just moves a bit quickly and he gets a bit too caught up in his ideas of the relationship rather than the realities of it. Okay, so I'm just going to look at like some future predictions now. Something to do with work affecting this relationship in the future. It's weird though. It feels like it's actually something they do together. So I don't know if this is, a relationship sponsorship that they're doing, like an ad campaign, if there's like a reality show, if there's if it's just, I mean, it could just be about like the kind of the way they handle the media and the public at the moment, like the interviews and the photo shoots and the kind of the PR moments. But yeah, whatever this is work-wise, it's going to be putting a strain on the relationship. I actually do feel like a lot of it could be the public image stuff that they're doing, because I don't know, I don't feel like a lot of the stuff, as I said earlier, a lot of the stuff they've done, like interviews and pictures and stuff, is always 100% genuine. I don't think it is. I don't buy it. And I feel like it's going to weigh on the relationship at some point. It's interesting though, because I'm also seeing, it's weird, there's another man here. I don't know why he's there. There's another man here showing up. Not in a romantic sense for either of them, but there is like he feels older, and a bit more stable. I actually feel like he's going to have a talk with Machine Gun Kelly at some point. Whoever this man is, I can't tell exactly who it is, but I do think he's going to have a talk with Machine Gun Kelly. And it's funny, it's I don't think it will be a bad conversation. I think it will be quite an enlightening one for Machine Gun Kelly, actually. I do see going forward as well, I feel like they're going to change their public image. I do think that it's just not going to work out long term, this whole, kind of what they're doing publicly with the interviews and stuff. And I don't think it's going to work out long term. I actually think they're going to calm down a little bit as time goes on. There's also someone popping up here who's closely connected to one of them. This could be the King of Pentacles that I mentioned a minute ago, that was showing up under here, or it could be someone else. It feels like it could be the King of Pentacles. I don't know. It's weird because I can't pinpoint exactly who that is. But whoever that is, it's like there's this, they're close in some way to Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly, but there's like this back and forth with the King of Pentacles, where it's like they're not 100% loving and supportive, which makes me think it's probably a family member, because if it was a friend, I think they wouldn't have been around this long, which makes me think, yeah, it's probably a family member. But there's some sense of like, there's some sort of information that this person's going to find out, and potentially, I do think potentially leak online. But it's weird, it's got this energy of like, what's fair is fair. So I don't know if Megan Fox or Machine Gun Kelly have annoyed anyone recently, if they've, leaked something about someone they're close to in the past, because it feels like it's like, what's fair is fair, you did this to me, so I'm going to do this to you kind of energy. Let me just see if they're going to have a baby as well. Are they going to have children? I'm gonna say yes, they will have children, but there's something weird about the situation. I do think when they have any kids, people won't know. It will be relatively private. People won't know for a while. But there's this sense, I think it's going to be quite a dramatic pregnancy. I don't feel like it's going to be an easy one. Yeah, I don't feel like if they do go forwards with having children, I don't feel like it's going to be an easy pregnancy to go through. That's kind of what I see for Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly. Thank you for watching, and that is it.